Hi, today we're going to be talking about the A major scale in the basic position. Go ahead and grab your music sheet that says the A major scale, basic position, and go ahead and tune up your ukulele and take care of those two things, and we'll get started in about a second. Okay, so you got the music sheet and you tuned up your ukulele, and we're going to go over the A major scale basic position. Now, I call this a basic position mostly because in this case all the notes are clustered together, so you basically, your hand does not have to move very far. Actually, really doesn't have to move at all. Only your fingers are moving in those positions right here. Now, a couple of things to note: there's three sharps and A major, and in the A major scale you got three sharps. They're F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp, so be aware of them. Okay, now before we start, it's very important that you locate these notes on your fretboard. They're way up there between the 9th and the 12th fret. So just go ahead and don't play now. Just familiarize yourself with the notes that are on the fretboard, and we're going to be playing that, and I'm going to show you what it is in a second. So pause the tutorial, look at your music sheet, and take note on just the locations of the where the notes are, so we can discuss them and you're familiar with the locations. Keep in mind your markers, 9th fret and 12th fret. Okay, so you got an idea on where the notes are. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the notes with just one finger, just to find the notes and making sure they're correct. The sequence goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So it's alphabetical, okay? Like the alphabet: A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, okay? But basically it's like the alphabet, so follow that sequence. We're going to find the notes one at a time, making sure that we're playing the correct notes, and hopefully your ukulele is in tune so you can match your notes with my notes, and that's how you know that you're playing the correct notes. We're going to go slowly. We're just going to pluck the note. I'm going to just use my index finger just to find the note together with you. Here we go. Starting from the 9th fret, 3rd string. Not too fast. A, B, C sharp, D, E, 1st string, F sharp, G, and A. Okay, we're going to do it one more time about the same speed. Okay, A note, 9th fret, 3rd string, A, B, C sharp, next string, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, G sharp, and then A. Okay, so you located your notes, make sure they match with my notes, and then pause the tutorial, just double check them, and then we'll move on with the fingering. Okay, so you checked your notes and making sure that you know the locations and where to find them. Some of you folks with concert and soprano ukuleles, you might find that this is way up there on your fretboard, or maybe depending on the brand of your ukulele, you might not have the 12th fret. But do the best you can to keep up and just be familiar with the location. Later on, I'm going to be showing more scale patterns that accommodates everybody's ukulele, but this is just the basic position for the A major scale. Okay. Moving right along, we're going to talk about fingering now. The fingering that I'm using will be 1, 3, 1, 3, and the next string will be 1, 2, 4. Then the last string will be the bottom string will be 1, 3, 4. So let me show you what I mean. My fingering is 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Starting from the 9th fret, 3rd string on the A note. So I'll go 1, 3. Next string, 1, 2, 4, bottom string, 1, 3, 4. Okay, so that's my fingering that I'm going to be using. If you want to use the 3-finger system, basically you're going to go like this. You're going to go starting with the A note, 9th fret, third string, you're going to go 1, 3, or 1, 2. Then the next string, you're going to go 1, 2, 3. Bottom string, 1, 2, 3. Okay? One more time. For the 3-finger system, it's the 1, 3, or 1, 2. Next string, 1, 2, 3. Bottom string, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So stop, pause the tutorial. You decide which fingering you want to do. If you need to back it up to see it again, back it up to see it again, and decide on which fingering is comfortable, or the fingering that you prefer. Pause for a second and then I'll move on. Okay, so you decided on what fingering was comfortable for you. Okay, once again, if this seems a little difficult, you need to find the location of where you're at, because I'm basically just going to call it the notes. I'm not going to be calling out the fingering and the location. It's assumed that you're at the level that you can kind of locate this on your own. But the notes are on here to let you know that what notes we're playing in the A major scale in the basic position. So if you're ready, we're going to move on. If not, pause it here and do the necessary things that you have to do to keep up with the lesson. Okay, so we're gonna do the ascending. We're gonna do it together. You chose your fingering, and follow along with me. You don't have to be exactly in time with me, but at least stay close to me where you can match the notes in the scale. Here we go. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Okay, one more time. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Pause, stay right there. We're starting with the high A note on the 12th fret, first string. We're going to descend, okay? Here we go. A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A. Okay. If you're kind of noticing at this time now, you might notice that this fingering pattern is familiar with some other fingering patterns that were in the previous lessons in this whole series of major and minor scales that we're doing. So take note of the pattern. Okay, take note of the pattern. Let's try it one more time. We're going to ascend and descend with a pause on the high A string. A pause on the high A string. Now, if you can't keep up, you got to go back and do the ascending and do several times, then do the descending several times, and then come back to this. Okay? Here we go. Ascending, descending with a pause on the high A note. Here we go. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A. Pause. Descending. A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to do the ascending, pause to get your bearings because you're about to descend, then descend from the high A note. Okay. So we'll do that one more time. Here we go. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Pause. Coming down, descending. A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A. I do want to make a note that when you're playing this far up high on the fretboard up here, sometimes the strings might be a little high, meaning like the strings might be a little high at the action, might be a little high off the fretboard. So you have to take note that you have to compensate for that. So you might have to press a little harder and more pronounced on the string to get the note to sound out. Okay, you can't just press lightly as you know do with the notes down here, because the string is closer to the fretboard down here, and as you go up, it gets a little higher off the fretboard. That means in between the string and the fretboard. Okay. Now, the final outcome for practicing the scale is that you want to practice it ascending and descending with no pauses. But before you can get to that, you want to make sure that you're comfortable to do that. So pause the tutorial, do the necessary exercises that we covered so far in this tutorial, and get you comfortable to do the ascending and descending without any pauses. Pause the tutorial and I'll get started in about a second when you're ready. Okay, so you're reasonably comfortable with the scale, so let's take it together, and I'm not going to go too fast, but we want to go ascend and descend with no pauses. Here we go, starting with the A note on 9th fret, third string. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, coming down, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A. Okay, we're going to try it one more time. If you made mistakes, you need to pause the tutorial right here and work on those rough spots, get them smooth, and then we'll get started in a second. Okay, so you worked out your rough spots and you're ready to try it again. So let's give it one more try at about the same speed. Here we go, starting with your A note on the 9th fret, 3rd string. Here we go, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A, coming back down, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A. Okay, so give that a try. Ultimately, you want to be able to do the scale in this fashion. When you practice your scales, you want to sound like this. Now you don't necessarily want to go that fast. You can go as slow as you want, and that's the most important thing, is to be accurate on the notes that you're playing and try to be smooth, okay? So you don't have to go fast, just go smoothly and accurately playing, make sure that you're playing the right notes, and just repeat that back and forth, ascending and descending with no pauses. And that's the A major scale in the basic position. Upcoming lessons, I'm going to be showing you various other scale patterns that fall into the A major scale pattern. So give this a listen to again, try it again, get comfortable with the exercises that leads up to the final outcome for practicing the ascending and descending with no pauses. Okay, once you're ready, we shall see you for the next lesson.